I saw this video and I was like, this has got to be interesting. The guy's got a low sub count, but this video kicked off, and I think that if this video is good, I think this guy might get a sub from me. He's in the same realm as me. Small YouTubers, we gotta stick together. We gotta glue our nipples to each other and then dance and then dance. One thing that I've never understood, and I don't know if Tiger Belly's still going. I thought it was, but I don't know why he kept this podcast with his ex-girlfriend. I don't think I'd want to spend that much time with my ex-girlfriend, to be honest with you. This is a little wild and a little wacky that he keeps letting this just be a thing when she's out plowing other dudes and he's just sadly sitting in the corner. I feel really bad for Bobby Lee, to be honest. I think that seems like a genuinely nice guy who just kind of floats through comedy. I think that he's funny and I think he's got talent, but let's see what we got here. This channel is called Clouds of Radiation, and this is Bobby Lee's ex-girlfriend destroys her own career.
I used to jerk off dogs a lot, but this isn't like.
Wait, what? You used to jerk off dogs a lot? Like, what is this, Van Wilder?
A known thing. Off tons of dogs, yeah.
Come on, man. I believe it.
All right,
I believe it. Dude, I fucking love Theo Von. Theo Von's like a treasure to this world. He needs to be protected at all costs. I love me some Theo Von.
Ever watch someone lie so confidently that you start questioning your own reality? That's Kalila, a self-proclaimed nurse, Olympic swimmer, and master manipulator. The person that has become the most hated woman in podcasting. For years, Kalila rode Bobby Lee's fame into the spotlight, taking over Tiger Belly and Bobby's guest appearances and making it about herself. But as time passed, more and more people started seeing through her act. Comedians have started roasting her, the internet has turned against her, and a dedicated subreddit exists just to expose her lies. But it's not just about lying. Kalila has built a...
Dude, I gotta be real. Like me included, I guess I'd be included in this commentary. When they decide they don't like somebody, they go fucking hard, bro. Now, I'm not the type of guy that's gonna be like tearing people down all the time. I make fun of people. I love chaos. I'm here for drama. I think it's fun to make fun of people, but I don't really have any disdain for any of these people. I get that they're doing their grind. I'm doing my grind. We're all here just trying to get a little latch on the last piece of meat on the bone to have fun on this creator grind. It is what we do. It is the fun we have. And I think that, but the one thing I think is so funny is when they decide to make a change. Like there was the guy, the guy with the Brian Callen and on the Brian Callen podcast. I can't remember the fighter. Brendan Schaub. Brendan Schaub had the same thing where one day he was liked and the next day they were like, nobody fucking likes you. The internet fucking hates you. We've made a team effort to send you to the wood chipper, buddy. Go fucking be fucking annoying and retarded and gay somewhere else, Brendan Schaub. We don't like you. And then it happened to Kalila. They'll turn on these motherfuckers in an instant. They'll go from being loved to absolutely despised overnight. You see it happen with like fucking Bert Kreischer too. It's honestly brilliant to see. I love it for the content aspect, but there's a part of me that kind of feels bad for these guys. It's like, oh, well, one day you were cool and now everybody fucking hates you. But it's content, baby. That's what I'm here for. My nipples get so hard. My micro penis gets like a little hard. I can't get more than a little hard because it's not very big. But this is what we live for, baby.
Reputation for humiliating Bobby Lee, controlling his career, and gaslighting him into submission. And if that wasn't enough, there's even more disturbing stuff lurking beneath the surface, like the bizarre controversies involving her brother and dogs that you won't believe until I show you. So today, we're breaking it all down, from the fabricated backstories to the public humiliation, the manipulative poems, the times she got clowned on by other comedians, and the moment she got completely exposed by Preach and Bobby Lee's own brother. This is the story of how she became the most hated podcaster on the internet. So, let's talk about who she actually is. Because if you listen to her long enough, you'll realize she's got a different backstory every time she speaks. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
She's like sitting there, she's like, I was the greatest. Everyone knows that I'm actually Donald J. Trump. I am the Trumpinator. I am the Trumpsonot. And they're like, Kalila, you're not Donald Trump. But I'm Donald Trump. I am the Trumpiest. I grab my own pussy. A grabby, grabby, grab. A slappy, slappy, slap. A clitoris attack. Oh, you can't handle this. I was Donald J. Trump.
If she said she discovered time travel but only uses it to make Bobby late for podcasts. She's claimed to be a nurse, except she never
Okay, the time travel thing obviously is a joke.
technically worked as one. Here is one of the times she claimed to be a nurse.
Be quick with the nursing, get my nursing degree, get a job. Got the job, and then that's when Bobby came into my life, and he was like, you don't look like that's what you want to do.
It became a meme because she did it so often. Even Annie Letterman made fun of her about it.
Like, if this is the nurse's episode, perhaps the real nurse should take it away.
I'm not a real nurse, you guys.
Oh, we were talking about Donut.
Oh, okay.
We know you're not.
Thank you.
She's claimed to be an Olympic level swimmer, except no records exist.
Most of my childhood up until I retired. So, and I went to a Division I school. I got a full ride to UNLV. To
And
swim.
what sport was it?
Swimming.
Oh, swimming.
She's
Wow.
like, I was the female Michael Phelps. You didn't know that? Dude, Michael looked at me and said, hey, do you want to take my spot at the Olympics? You race faster than all the boys. And she was like, no, I want to do a podcast with Bobby Lee and a bunch of random bitches that nobody knows well.
Oh, and so I did that, and I spent my whole life thinking that I was for sure going to make the Olympics, and I didn't. And it was the biggest heartbreak of my life.
Oh, man.
I know.
Then she did a podcast
I know. Dude, fucking cringe, dude. Burn it with fire.
with Dr. Drew where she stutters and claims that she swam for UNLV for 1 year, who then later realized she didn't have the necessary credits.
Ceiling there for how far you can really go in sports, and I think ultimately he wanted us to swim collegiately here.
Did you?
Yeah, for a year, and it all kind of went out of control.
Care to explain?
Yeah, I got a full scholarship to UNLV, and
It's
in
huge.
short, they fucked me over.
Oh, they fucked you.
Oh,
up.
They
did they?
fucked-
They fucked you over. It's always all these people are always the same, dude. Always the same. It's always like that. The world's against them. Now I've had some ups and downs in my life. I've been through chaos. I've been fucking all over the place. But I know that most of the mishaps that have happened upon me are due to my own actions. Anytime that there's been a situation where I'm like, I can blame somebody else, I realize that they might have been an aspect of it, but the real person that was in the middle of it all, that had fucking control of that fucking steering wheel and was going all over the world, was this motherfucker. It was me right here. I had, like, you have to take accountability for everything in your life. Like, even if somebody like does screw you over, you have to think about the things that led up to that and take accountability for those. If you just constantly are the victim, I'm so sorry and nothing that happens to me is my fault, you are a fucking douchebag. You're a little fucking shove it up in the pussy, clean it out, and that's all you're good for.
Me over. They fucked me over because they didn't go through, like, you had like NC2A, like clearinghouse, like certain subjects that you have to hit, and they didn't look into that before I actually signed for a full ride.
Or at least they didn't teach you what you needed to do.
Right, and I was just kind of a dumb 17-year-old.
Ooh,
I just
so you were
really
young, too.
banked on swimming
Yeah.
being my ticket to just about anywhere.
It was actually her sister who was the great swimmer. She just stole her sister's story. She's even hinted at being a self-made woman, except her entire career is tied to Bobby Lee.
Yeah, dude, Bobby's the fucking goat, bro. Bobby's the goat over here. He made a short movie that's on here on YouTube. I can't remember what it's called, but it's fucking goated. If anybody knows the name of it, it's like something ramen, and it's an amazing film. I loved that film. It's like 20 minutes or something. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant film.
You know, the guy she loves to mock every chance she gets. But here's where things get interesting, because as soon as she got close to Bobby, everything changed. She went from being a nobody to positioning herself as some kind of podcasting mastermind, and somehow people bought it, at least for a while.
Well, and I mean, Bobby Lee has his own problems. I'm going to be fair. I've been doing a lot of Bobby Lee glazing. Bobby Lee has problems. One, he can't ever be on time. Two, he's kind of a lazy fuck. Three, I mean, he gets kind of hurt in his feelings a lot from other comedians, and he can be a little bitch. Like, a lot of it boils down to him being a fat, lazy bitch, which is fine. I mean, that's just kind of Bobby Lee's thing. That's what makes bad friends work, is because they make fun of him for being a fat, lazy bitch. I mean, that's where his life, like, accumulates, and he's made it work for this long. So, like, I can't hate Bobby Lee for just being fucking Bobby Lee. At the same time, I mean, I can fucking hate on anybody for anything. Look how stupid he looks. Look at his fucking stupid frumpy belly. Fucking stupid koala man.
Are you still waiting for your friends?
I told you 7:30.
Maybe they're gonna ditch you.
I know. I can read you the message.
They're gonna ditch you.
I'll read you the message.
You have no real friends.
I do. These are my lifelong friends.
They're all 17-year-olds.
It doesn't matter. I'm 17 at heart.
Now, roasting in relationships is normal, but what Kalila does, that's not roasting. That's a 24/7 psychological takedown. It's like she rolls out of bed, stretches, and thinks, how can I make Bobby feel useless today? She constantly reminds him that he's dirty, dumb, and irrelevant, like a high school bully who never grew up. And here's the thing, Bobby believes it now. Every time he tries to stand up for himself, he just nervously laughs like a hostage, trying not to upset his captor. If I strung together every instance of...
Here's the thing too, like I know that Andrew Santina has talked about how fucking stupid it is that he did this kept doing this podcast with her after they broke up. She was like, I'm gonna go fucking suck and fuck all these other dudes. I'm gonna suck and fuck them nice. I'm gonna do it so good. I'm gonna stretch my pussy out. And he's like, I'm Bobby Lee. I'm Bobby. And then Andrew Santina's over there being a real fucking one and just like, dude, you need to get the fuck away from her.
Her belittling him. This video would be longer than the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. No exaggeration. There are YouTube compilations of it, with just part 1 being over 25 minutes long. And if you thought the humiliation was bad, it actually gets worse, because she took it a step further and started writing poems about Bobby. And not just any poems. These were like villain monologues in rhyming form, where she admits to using Bobby for his money.
I ran you ragged to the gravel, fed you time for gold, held you closely so falsely, watched your ache unfold. You steered the reins as you were aptly told, not knowing you were headed for a stab, capture, and hold. I'm sorry, so sorry, for your heart I cajoled, and for thieving back all the things I sold. I'm an artist, a con, self-punished but paroled, a savvy saboteur, spoiling good to mold. For this I ask pardon, your good faith I have trolled. I know nothing of love but a dead winter's cold.
What the actual fuck? This is some like fucking anime fucking demon level berserk fucking action right here. She's like fucking Griffith, dude. She's podcasting Griffith over here, dude. What the fuck kind of demon bitch is she?
Wow, what poetry. The standout lines here are obviously, fed you time for gold, held you closely so falsely, and I'm an artist,
Dude, those aren't just the best lines. The whole thing is just fucking knife twisting into Bobby. Just like, watch me fucking gut this stupid Asian pig. Like, what the that's like her mindset. I'm obviously not a fucking monster like that, and I feel bad for Bobby. This is where, like, I remember some people were like giving Bobby a lot of shit for a while, and then I remember the whole Kalila thing starting, and I'm like, dude, he's been dealing with this for so fucking long. Like, me and my wife make fun of each other and stuff. That's like what you do. We like find, oh, this kind of annoys them, so let's like mess with them, and it's like cute stuff. We know that if we've gone too far, we'll stop. But Kalila just seemed to just beat this poor fucker into the ground.
Con, all of which amount to what I can only interpret as a blatant admission of gold digging.
I used to jerk off dogs a lot, but this isn't like a known thing. Jerked off tons of dogs, yeah.
Come on, man. I believe it. I know I believe it, but I don't want to hear it. Well,
Also, I'm not a fucking puppy pal because I only jerked off full-grown dogs who still had their balls.
Bro, like, why? Here's the thing. I know she's probably joking, and it's supposed to be, like, funny, and because the thing is, and this is where I'm gonna be, like, generous, because I can be generous from fucking time to time. She probably saw Theo Vaughn there, was like, Theo Vaughn's always saying, like, fucking out-of-pocket things. I'm gonna pull a Theo Vaughnism on Theo Vaughn. It was probably a whole bit, but she's not funny. She doesn't know how to fucking actually tell a joke, so she has nothing. It's just fucking saying weird shit. She's just like, yeah, dude, sometimes I like to see the red rocket. When I don't see the red rocket, I make sure to tickle their nuzzle and then get the red rocket. And then when the red rocket pop, red rocket go pow, pow, pow. And I don't do it on puppies, though, because I ain't no pedophile. I know pedophile. I like to get the red rocket's little weenie, and I like full-grown dogs. Full-grown dogs, they are nice full-grown dogs. It's like... But she doesn't do it fun. Like, I feel like that was fun. That was really fun, actually. I just kept going because I was having a grand fucking time with that joke. but it just feels like she actually does that the way she tells it. Now, I get that some people have really dry humors, and a lot of times I'll put out a video where I'm making fun of somebody and nobody will get that I just don't actually, like, I care about this in terms of having fun and creating entertainment, but I'm just here to clown on people, and people will get that and will get really mad at me and not get the joke. I get that it's not, like, humor is kind of a subjective thing, but damn, is she fucking suck at telling jokes.
Because in the Philippines, it wasn't customary to, like,
cultural, you know.
It wasn't customary. It's still a big problem there. So stray dog population is crazy because most people don't neuter or spay their dogs, and so we had a lot of dogs, and dog in particular named Rolly. Well, Rolly and another German Shepherd. You want to know his name?
Your boyfriend's face is confused.
His name was Wow, and call him Wowie.
Okay.
Anyways, I jerked Wowie off because he had his balls. He was intact, and I felt bad for him.
What the fuck? Guys, I want to apologize for making you listen to that. Did you see Theo's face during all that? I think that was all of us, if that wasn't bad enough. Not only did she do that to her dogs,
he just looks so uninterested. And usually, like, Theo Vaughn's usually, like, good about spinning off of this type of shit. But I don't think he liked her. I don't think anybody that was on the show was here for Kalila. I think they were all here just for Bobby, and they were putting up with Kalila pretending to be a comedian, pretending she was actually fucking funny.
She had an odd relationship with her brother. You got to see this.
Okay, so
What's wrong with you?
I dated a boy back. This is one of my potential brothers, maybe. But he
Wait,
Welcome to the show.
it's officially started.
but
There's
this
a
was
motherfucker here.
this was the boy I told you.
Our own brother.
The reason, like, I couldn't have gone to an abortion clinic faster because he basically, like,
I fucked my brother. My brother, he stuck it in little wee in me, and he plowed up there. And then I was like, I don't want my baby to be a fucking cyclops. Get the coat hanger. It's coat hanger time. Twist, twist, scrape, scrape. No more baby can't escape. Jesus, bro.
went to his home and I saw that he had his dog chained up, like, and it was his grandma's dog all day
he was
long.
Your brother?
It wasn't. It couldn't. I was like, "There's no." That's also.
Well, before he goes into this, she's obviously just making up bullshit. And this is the thing. Most comedians make up a lot of the shit they're talking about. They're just trying to get a reaction. But her problem is she makes it up and it's not even believable in the slightest. So it doesn't ever land because she's fucking creating the story along the lines. She comes up with a funny premise like, oh, I fucked my own brother. This'll fucking get clicks. And then she's like, well, how do I make it believable? Well, I'll figure it out in the moment. Because she thinks she's like good at improv when obviously she's just a dumb bitch.
I don't even have words for this. She is absolutely vile. It's like she wakes up every morning and asks herself, how can I make people despise me even more today? Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen someone this shameless.
Nursing school was a made up
pipe dream.
A made up lie dream.
In your position of power, especially, like, it was so just rampant.
I love that fucking face. Like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's how dudes, like, let me get you something. I'm gonna make, you want to do stand up? You try open mics. I'll take you on the road someday.
Wait. His position of power?
That's okay. It's a whole conversation him and I have. But
what position of power?
Hey, fuck, man.
No, wait.
Back. So in certain circles, I do have power. That's it.
That's it.
The reason that I use the term
this fucking guy's awesome. And fucking poor Bobby Lee is like, I'm a big man. Have you seen me play fucking Terraria? I'm good at Terraria. Go fuck yourself, dude.
Come on, man.
the reason that I use the term of
Age of power, bro.
position of power
Yeah.
is because he has talked about not being attracted to a woman who is equally as wealthy.
Oh God.
Wait,
I never said that.
But
I never said that.
But Bobby, that is most of us.
Yeah,
Thank you, Blacklit.
This is fucking, yeah, that's every dude. That's fucking wild.
I told you I was on your side.
I know you did. I didn't know.
told me to shut the
I
fuck
didn't
up
know, I
for 2
didn't
minutes
know.
and a half.
I didn't know. I
I'm
didn't
on
know.
your side,
I didn't know.
bro.
I didn't know.
I'm on your side.
Oh, you're on my side. I forgot.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, I get it.
most of us is
yeah,
that.
I get it.
And
It's not so much that we're not turned on by it. Is that we don't care.
It doesn't
check this
matter.
out.
Yeah.
In '92 LA riots, I would loot with you.
Well, he's in Montreal,
Yes,
so.
I know.
I fucking love this guy. I love Bobby Lee just saying shit. He's always like, "Don't be racist to me." And then he says like some fucking wildly racist shit. It's like if you like people tend to think that Bobby Lee's serious and he's never fucking serious. So that's like he plays into the bit so well, dude. I fucking love Bobby Lee.
Bobby's saying in that context, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not against it. I'm with. We're gonna do it together. It's my uncle's store, bro. We're gonna All right. So I'm with you too, dog.
Yeah,
All right, thank you.
I'm right here.
I know. I'm here too, bro. Go ahead.
I forgot the original point.
Okay, the thing that happened is that you were talking about position of power, and I said, what do you mean by position of power?
Right,
and you
right.
flipped the script. The reason why I said, why do you mean by position of power? The only reason I said that is because I feel like women have a tendency to use and over-abuse of that term of position of power. And that's the only reason why I wanted to specify. Doesn't mean you ain't got power. Doesn't mean you ain't great. You are who you are. Bobby Lee. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, but I just want to know, what do you mean by position of power?
Yeah, I think that it's more something that he's defined for himself, not necessarily
fine,
like,
and it's a
because
position of
even
power.
when I got with him, I never felt like he was in a position of power.
See who's not on your side now? Look at me, Bobby. I'm nationwide. Nationwide.
Bro, she's evil. Like, she sucks, dude. She massively sucks. She went to use some, like, fucking typical white bitch fucking slang, and then, like, oh, the positions of power, I'm a woman, so you feel bad for me. It's all victim mentality bullshit. And then fucking just belittles the shit out of Bobby. Just doesn't know where she was gonna go with it. Gets called out on her bullshit because she doesn't know how to fucking twist and turn on like a dime. So she gets called out. She's like, fuck, I actually have to say something of intelligence. And then it's saved by Bobby every fucking time, or she just belittles Bobby, and that's being saved by Bobby.
That's me.
Dude,
That's me.
I know.
Yay.
Danger.
What? No power? Nothing?
Not in the beginning, no.
Okay.
No.
Interesting.
Wow, do you want me to leave you?
Preach has dealt with manipulative people before. The moment Kalila started spewing therapy buzzwords like position of power, he knew exactly what was happening. She was trying to flip the script, using loaded language to put herself in control. But the second Preach pushed back, she folded like a cheap lawn chair, completely contradicting herself, suddenly claiming Bobby didn't have any power at all. And just to put this into perspective, this was all happening while Bobby was struggling with a relapse. Instead of supporting him, she was busy playing mental gymnastics to make herself the victim. Another person who saw through Kalila's act.
Well, here's the thing too. When somebody's going through that, you need to like support them, especially in a relationship. If your significant other's like going through shit, like actually fucking on a downward spiral, they're roaching out, they're crashing out, they're in fucking bad situations, and then you're the one person you should lean on is just fucking belittling you. That's just gonna only push you to use more. It's gonna push you to be in a bathroom at 4 a.m. just sucking and stabbing, I guess. Is that what heroin addicts do? They like go to a bridge, or like they go down to the metro station and just stab. I don't know, dude. I'm not in on the city scene of drugs, I guess.
Was Bobby Lee's own brother, Steve Lee. Near the end of their relationship, Steve realized she was exploiting Bobby and tried to intervene. But instead of addressing the concerns, Kalila reportedly worked to isolate Bobby from his own brother. And when private texts leaked, exposing what Steve really thought about her, it became even more obvious. She wasn't just manipulating Bobby, she was actively keeping him away from the people who cared about him.
Anything else? Ooh, next question. Ooh. Oh, that was a bad suggestion. Oh my God. You know what? People are people, huh? Yeah. Okay. People are people. Yeah. I just avoided a landmine there. Oh my God. That could have started like World War III. Okay. We good? Jeremiah, how much time do I have left? Holy shit, dude.
At the end of the day, Kalila built her career on Bobby Lee's back, and now the internet is finally waking up to it. Almost everyone who once tolerated her has distanced themselves, except for the few who still co-sign her on Trash Tuesday, which, let's be honest, says more about them than it does about her. But at this point, the damage is done. She has exposed herself time and time again, and no amount of deflection, manipulation, or victim playing can change that. If there's any justice, her days in the spotlight should be over for good.
I'm sure there's a lot of girls want to take up where Kalila left off. Let me show you some next level. You know?
Yeah.
But now they also realize they can get famous if they're Bobby Lee's girlfriend. There's probably a lot of those girls.
It's so dangerous nowadays.
So it's got to duck them. You got to know which one's a sociopath.
Yeah, and poor Bobby ended up with a fucking sociopath. Poor Bobby, dude. It's just fucking... I feel so bad. Like, the whole thing just came off weird to me. Now, I think Tiger Belly's dead. By the way, subscribe to this guy. He's fantastic. He needs way more love. I think that, after a video that pops out that much to be at 521 subscribers, he needs the fucking, we need to boost those numbers up. So if anybody watches me, anytime you watch me and I like not even if I enjoy it, if you enjoy them more than my fucking nut job ass, go fucking give them love. I have so many times where people come in and they're just mad at me for my perspective, and then they don't like, I tell them in the comments, go subscribe to that person. If you like them more than me, go subscribe. Like, they're out there fucking grinding too. Like, give them love. Then this guy put out a fucking amazing video. He deserves the likes. He deserves the clout. I like him a lot. Clouds of radiation. You're a fucking goat. But like, I'm just curious how if Tiger Belly's still going. Is Tiger Belly still a thing? Like,
I used to off dogs a lot.
Like, is it still a fucking up and running, dude? Let's see here. Tiger Belly.
Aloha.
Tiger Belly videos. One day ago, I don't see Kalila in it anymore. So it looks like it's just Bobby Lee. When did Kalila dip? Like, it's Bobby Lee. I know it went on way longer than it should have with Kalila. There she is. Bobby needs a trad wife. Ooh. He's still there. She's still there. There. This is 5 months ago. Let's go to here. So they kicked her off 3 months ago at least. That's good. That's good. I mean, the fact that it took them that long when they've been broke up for like over a year. I don't know, dude. I don't know why like he kept her. 5 months ago, she was still there. She was still there 5 months ago. I think that's her in the background, maybe. I don't know. But I just don't know why he put himself through that when everyone around him, every single person around him was telling him to distance himself from Kalila, and he just kept doubling down because it was his friend, when what was really happening was he was getting belittled into being her little fucking sucky boy, her little fucking piggy bank. It just was kind of a sad situation. I hope that he's moved himself away, to be honest. Now, I don't know the ins and outs or anything. I just know what everybody else has said about the situation. Oh, dude. Riley Reid is the GOAT, dude. She is the GOAT. Out of all the stars of the corn, she is one of the best. She's up there with Sasha Grey. Now, if you think I'm a gooner for knowing that, I don't fucking care. But that's all I got for that one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Clouds of Radiation is a fucking great channel. Everybody needs to give him love. I think that he has potential to be one of the big ones. Way bigger than me, I think.